Hey, everybody, what's going on? It is Thursday night. You know what that means. It's time for another episode of Thrifty Business. Hello, I'm Jason. I'm coming at you live from Vegas. And with me is Debbie.
Hi, I'm live in Vacaville, California. That's Northern California.
Vacaville? Where the heck is Vacaville?
Right between Napa and Sacramento and San Francisco.
All right. There you go. Now you've got a pinpoint for those who've never heard of Vacaville. All right, let's get right to it. Then I'll introduce our guest. Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different mug, and I match it up to our guest. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight is me.
Hey. Welcome.
So tonight is episode 25 of season 6. Holy crap, I've done a lot of these shows. And I made the seasons 25 episodes each. That's kind of like what a normal TV season is. And that way, if you just start watching tonight, it makes it easy for you to go back and, start from the beginning and binge watch because you can follow them in order. And so as we were prepping for the season finale, I wasn't sure who our guest was going to be. And then the eBay pre-update came out. And I thought, okay, we'll talk about that. And then eBay Open got announced. We'll talk about that. And so I thought, all right, you know what? It's going to be a different type of episode tonight. So no guest. I'll be teaching all about Open and all about the update. But what rum did I match up with what mug and rum did I match up with myself? So since we're talking about eBay, one time eBay flew me up to San Francisco to talk to their interns, and they had this swanky ass party in a hotel in downtown San Francisco. And I waltzed over to the bar and I said, what kind of rum do you have? Now that question at smaller type bars usually is met with one of three or four things: Bacardi, Captain, Myers, or Malibu. That seems to be the standard. And he goes, all I have is this Zaya. Now this is a really good rum, one of my favorites. And I'm like, that's your well rum is Zaya? And he goes, yeah, for this event. I'm like, all right, start pouring. So I decided to have some Zaya tonight.
Nice.
And since we're talking about Open, Deb, I thought I would drink out of a Frankie's Tiki mug because every year during Open, we have a giant Hawaiian party at Frankie's Tiki Room here in Vegas. So this is called the Lava Lech from Frankie's Tiki Room. It is made by Tiki Farm and designed by Big Toe. Now, Big Toe is an artist. And so what Big Toe did was he took this green version and then made it a custom version.
Oh, I like that.
So that mug turned into that.
Oh, if that one's missing from your house, the colorful one, you'll know where it's at. I haven't seen that before.
So, Frankie's is a smart bar. They keep changing out their mugs. They keep changing the colors of their mugs. So if you see any Frankie's mugs laying around, they're all worth some money. So pick them up.
Well, I decided that since we were discussing eBay Open, it was going to be in Vegas. I have a Frankie's Tiki mug.
Aha! We didn't plan this.
No, we didn't. And this one is Thurston Howell. It comes in 2 different colors.
No, it's been in 3 different colors.
Well, I have 2.
Yes. There was a limited edition Halloween version too.
Okay. Well, my husband likes this one. I was like, I don't know if I want that one. But his eyes are dice. Yes.
Yes.
So, and then, of course, I'm the rebel that drinks wine out of her tiki glass.
That is against global law.
I know. Well, if I had a bartender and someone to mix me a drink in it, I would drink
have a bartender to pour rum into a glass. I'll tell you that right now.
I know.
All right, let me get so tonight. Usually we just kind of have screenshots of stuff and we have our segments first and the guests. So we're flipping it tonight. We're getting right into the presentation because I want to make sure that we get through everything and we answer as many questions as possible. So if we happen to run out of time, we've got the segments prepped, but we'll save them for next week. But if we do have time, we'll do them this week. And I did a whole slide presentation because there was no other way to do it. So I worked long and hard on it this week, getting it ready for you. Whoops. So let me start screen sharing here. Hold on a quick second. There we go. And ta-da. All right. So how's everybody doing? I see the chat is active. I see we got like 130 people already. So hello, everybody. What's going on?
Hello.
All right. So I will answer as many questions as possible. Pop your questions in. Deb's going to interrupt as I'm talking to throw in the questions that are pertinent to that moment. And But remember, some of this stuff hasn't actually gone live yet. So I can only talk about what I know, what I've read, what I've experienced. So things will be a little more clear and as the weeks go on, the next couple of weeks, as everything becomes live. So I'll try to answer every question. If there's something I just don't know because it hasn't happened yet, I just don't know. And that's the thing about eBay. You know, they have ideas, and ideas are never just spur of the moment. They're, you know, it's a billion-dollar company. So they work with, you know, test groups and focus groups. And they're like, okay, we think based on this information from these buyers or these sellers, this will be a good thing to do. And it seems good in a small test group. Then boom, when they turn it on for a couple 100,000 or $1 million, then they realize, oh, it's not so good. So I've been on eBay since the beginning. I have seen them rescind and roll back things that they put out because it looked good in a small group, but in a large group, it did not work out. And Debbie's seen the same thing.
Oh yeah, those stars, those detailed seller ratings. Ugh.
Yeah. So, and with every update, there is always there's so many updates that I've seen over the years that seem like, oh, wow, who could find a problem with this one? And then boom, the pitchforks come out and people are like, well, this is awful. eBay's ruined it yet again. And I'm always shocked. And, you know, let's go back to when eBay stopped allowing us to leave negative feedback from buyers. That was 10 years ago. And someone just brought it up in another group the other day. And they're like, when did that stop? I'm like, dude, where you been? That stopped 10 years ago. Like, what you been doing, Rip Van Winkle? You been sleeping?
Yeah, I think this is an exciting seller update. I don't see anything wrong with it at all.
Yep. So let's get right to it. So this is the 2019 spring seller update info and update and eBay Open 2019 info. This is something new. It's called the early seller update. The actual update's coming out in April. We're in March, but for some reason they brought the information earlier than normal, and so that's cool. I mean, that's fine with me. And the way I treat a lot of these changes is, you know, if things change that you feel you should go back and alter your listings for whatever reason, I just roll ahead. As my old listings work their way out, I make sure all the new listings are what they need to be. I found over the years, even like with shipping price increases, if I spent time to alter 800 listings, the amount of time it took is not comparable to losing a couple dollars on shipping. It just isn't. So I roll forward, and from that moment on, everything's right, and the other ones work themselves out.
True. Good idea.
All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the first thing is kind of cool, and I don't like their wording, Deb. They're like, send offers to buyers. Well, they're not buyers yet. You're actually sending offers to watchers.
Well, it's thinking positive.
Oh, and I get that, but they aren't a buyer just yet. So, you know, we're getting into semantics here, but people who are watching your item, you can directly send them an offer. So
sure.
You don't got to wait for them to be like, hey, Jay, I want to offer you this money. You can be like, hey, Joe in Montana, I see you're watching my item. Here's a great sweet deal on it. All right. So there has been a backdoor that we've been able to use this for a couple of months. It's going to look a little bit different, but I took some screenshots of the backdoor way it works. And it showed me, okay, these are items that I have watchers on. I got my little pony. I got my latch hook picture of a nautical scene, and I got my ceramic parrots that would look wonderful in the Tiki bar. And then I can click on send offer to any of those. And for instance, I sent an offer on the parrots. Now I've had the parrots up for quite a while, so I had them at $31.99. I'm like, I want to try and get rid of these. So I threw in $19.99 and just a little thanks for checking out my birds. Because I couldn't even think, okay, it's cool they put a message to the buyer in there, but I sat and thought for a while. I'm like, what would I say? Hey, buy my shit. I mean, I really don't know what to say at this point other than, you know, here's your offer. So I guess a little thank you for checking out whatever the item is, and then just hope that they take it.
Yeah.
And then it tells you sent an offer to one buyer. Now, if there are multiple watchers, it'll go out to all of them. And here's how it's going to look. When you're in your active listings in Seller Hub, you can click on offer to buyers, And based on criteria that eBay has set up that they haven't really told us about, and it might be like the Colonel Secret Spices, they'll probably never tell us the actual formula, but it has to do with your item. It has to do with the buyer's settings and some secret combination of those things on who you can send offers to. But when you click on that, it'll show you all the items that you can send offers to buyers on.
You know, I just had a thought. I wonder if buyers down the road will be able to turn that off, because they could get a lot of offers.
They said that, you don't want to ever do something that the buyer's going to be like, screw this, I'm out of here. But as a buyer myself, I've got some things I've watched for a long time because they're cool Tiki things. I just feel they're too high priced. If one of those sellers has finally decided, all right, 200 has been way too much, I'm going to send Jason an offer of $100, I might and probably will take it. But I'll never be bummed that I got an offer. But some people will be, and they'll turn it off, and eBay's going to give them that option.
Oh, good. Now, let's see. Marie Bartron was saying that it's more than watchers. It's also items in your cart. I think those are two different systems, because I've done that.
Right. I forgot about that. Thanks, Marie. So if you've never used it, you can put items in your shopping cart like most sites have. eBay was late to add that to their site. But you're almost a buyer. It's in your cart, but it might be in your cart for a little while. And of course, if someone else comes and buys it, then it's gone from your cart. But if it's in your cart for a little while, and I sweeten the deal by offering you $5 less, $10 less, 50% less, depending on what it is, you might be a little quicker to jump on it. All right, so here's how I think you should turn watchers into buyers. Oops, wrong computer. First thing I would do is go to your active listings, because that's where you're going to see this. All right. Then sort your active listings by oldest. Now, when I did that yesterday, I didn't realize I have 3 items from 2016 still in my store. I'm like, holy crap.
Oh, we're going on 3 years now.
Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to start sending offers, especially to those ones that are the oldest. And you can look. Some of these things have had over 2,000 views. Why haven't people pulled the trigger? I guess my pricing stinks. So I'm going to send offers on those. Now, what happens is the offer expires in 48 hours. So the watcher or the person who has it in their shopping cart has 48 hours to accept the offer or not. And if there is more than one watcher, every person that gets that offer will be told, hey, BT Dubs, you and 4 other people have got this offer. So that's making it seem like, shit, I got to hurry up and buy this, or one of these other 3 people are going to sweep up this sweet deal.
Yeah, I like that it expires after 48 hours, but personally, I may not go in and see it, and then I'll be kind of upset that, oh, I missed it.
Now, Kathy in the chat said, I sometimes put a watch on something that has a potential comp for one of my items. Yeah, we all do that, Kath. Yeah. But think about this way. Think you got a potential item that's a good flipper, and maybe the one you're watching, they're like, I'm out of the eBay business. I'm going to start sending crazy offers. You might end up picking up a second one. You never know. Yeah. So, this could work in a variety of ways. Now, I'll open the question to the chat for this. Is there any problem with this? I haven't seen any pitchforks come out about this. I think this is a pretty sweet new thing. Does anyone see any issues with that?
I think Poshmark does this too.
Yeah, I saw someone talk about Posh doing that.
Because I've liked things on Poshmark, and right away I get an offer, and I'm thinking, no, I don't want to buy it. I just liked it.
Now, eBay's been kind of doing that. If you have bid on something, and like the other day, I bid on a Tiki mug, they didn't accept it. It emailed me about a day later. eBay did. Hey, your offer wasn't accepted. You still got another chance. Or if you're watching something and the price gets lowered, you'll get a message from eBay. So they're always doing things to try and sell more stuff, which is good for all of us sellers.
Yes. Craig Dawson says, I love having this ability.
Yep. All right, cool. All right, now I ain't going to go into this too much because there's not a huge change. What eBay has been doing in terms of the tax requirement update, starting in this month, eBay's new order report will itemize how much tax eBay collected and remitted for transactions in marketplace responsibility states. So some states are now collecting sales tax. I feel that it's going to be pretty much union-wide sooner or later.
I hope so.
Like death and taxes, you can't stop either one of them. So what eBay does is at this moment, they're calculating, collecting, and remitting the sales tax on our behalf. So the real update is you're going to be able to download a report to show what they remitted to.
Nice. I don't think California's on the list yet, but I'm.
Yeah, I'm not even sure which is on the list. And if you had any questions on tax stuff, I would definitely not be the one to ask. But that's in there, so I definitely wanted to touch on it. Also, because Debbie put it on the artwork for this episode, so I felt like because I wasn't going to cover it at first. I'm like, oh crap, we advertised it. I better say something about it.
Good. Keep me honest.
All right, This is cool as hell. And guess what? When I started putting the presentation together, I didn't have it because it's rolling out slowly. And then today I got it.
Oh, good.
It's so weird that I didn't have it last night, but I do have it today. So it's a cool thing that you're going to be able to edit your active listings right in Seller Hub. Now, if you're going to go edit your listings right now and say you're going to edit a bunch of them, say you're going to go look at your oldest and down price them all, you would check off all of the check boxes next to the ones you want to edit. And then it's going to basically open it in a separate spreadsheet. And then you're going to have to figure out, I'm coming to edit the prices. This way, you can edit it right in Seller Hub without ever leaving Seller Hub. You don't have to open a fresh spreadsheet. It's pretty awesome. And what's going to happen is there's going to be that little pencil to the right, and that lets you know that you have this, and you can edit right there. So what happens is you can edit price, you can edit quantity,
nice.
You can edit your custom label field,
nice.
And coming very soon, you'll be able to add best offer if you didn't have it already. I have best offer and everything, but if you don't, you could add best offer right from the Seller Hub active listings window without having to go to another screen.
That is awesome.
I think the best one on this, the two best things are price and custom label. I don't hardly use the custom label enough, but what's nice about the custom label is you can put in, this is on shelf 6. This is in hub 3. Now I'm going to show it a little bit later, but this Sunday in my mom and I show, we're going to talk about Seller Hub in more detail and how to use it to your benefit to do some sorting, to do some repricing, to change the custom label. So I'll tell you about time and date this coming up later in the show. But for instance, here's how it works. This would be your active listings. And thanks to my admin, Andrew, because I didn't have this last night. So he sent me screenshots and say he wanted to change the price on the Voltron diagram t-shirt. So the little pencil shows up. He clicks it. The new little price box opens up. He types in $53.99. He clicks submit, and boom, there it is. You don't have to go nowhere.
Awesome. Hey, people are saying all of a sudden they're getting the edit tool. Someone just got it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's slowly rolling out, but it's so funny, it rolled out to me today as I was getting ready for the show. So
now, do you know, will we be able to edit the handling time from there too?
Is your daughter there?
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't say anything about handling time. So, all right. So I see a lot of love for this feature. Could there be any way to complain about this feature? I don't think so. But then again, there's been changes that I thought this is wonderful, and then people went ape shit. I'm like, geez, I missed how this could be bad. I think this is awesome. I think this is awesome, especially when I saw my 3 2016s. I'm definitely changing the price, but I'm waiting to be able to do it this way because this will be more fun.
Yes. This is great.
All right, now we can get our pitchforks out. We can storm the castle.
Oh, put the pitchforks down and relax.
All right, so here's the one thing that has caused some grief amongst a lot of people. Listing duration of all fixed price listings will now be good to cancel. What that means is, in the past, we had the option of 3-day, 5-day, 7-day, 10-day, and 30-day. Those are all gone. It is only good till cancel now. So what happens is you list an item in your store, and every 30 days it relists without you doing anything. I do not think this is a bad thing. So what I want you to do is put the pitchforks away, step away from the ledge. The sky isn't falling. You don't have to leave eBay. But if you can't stand the change, I do have a hack for you.
Awesome.
So before I get to the hack, I'm going to look at the chat because I was in other groups, not the Thrifting board, of course, but I was in other groups this week. And man, people say they're quitting eBay because of this change. And I just don't understand. If you're successful at selling on eBay, okay, hey, it's their soapbox, you know. I mean, their sandbox, their sandbox. And when you're in my house, I have rules. When you're working on eBay's platform, they have rules. When you go to your local corner bar, they've got some rules or laws. And so if you want to drink at that establishment or stay over at my house or sell on eBay, got to play by the rules of the house. That's just how life is.
Change is hard when they bring change to us because people don't exactly know how it's going to pan out. So I can understand why people get, I've read comments where people feel like eBay's taking control away from them. But like you said before, they've put a lot of time into research and understanding reasons for doing this and how the algorithms work. So that's why I don't even pay attention to the releases when they first come out.
Got a great comment. She says, if you don't change, you're going to like Circuit City, Payless.
Toys R Us.
But look.
Where's the giraffe?
With the ability to send offers to watchers, with the ability to edit the price super quick in your active listings, you're always still able to really control what you're doing. I've always done good till cancel, and good till cancel means I don't got to worry about it. Now, I know why people did 30 days and then they relisted them.
Right.
They felt over years based on no actual facts from eBay, because they would never give you the details of how algorithms work. But they felt that if you ended listings and then did sell similar, it would refresh it and it would show up higher and stuff. And I had done that for a little bit to give it a try, because anytime I'm going to cheat something, usually I got to try it. I've never tried global shipping, but I probably should. But what I found was I kept forgetting to relist, and I got so many items. It was a headache. It is so much more added work that I don't want to do that. I got too much to do my day as it is. I'd rather just list my items, and if they don't sell, I'll see what date I listed them. If it's going on a little while, I'll alter some prices. I'll do some markdowns. I'll do some promotions. But that's all the tools eBay gives us to help us sell.
I like Tina's comment. She said, good till cancel is a good thing because it will eliminate a lot of broken links on Google if the item number stays the same. So we pin it to Pinterest. Then we take the listing, we end the listing to relist it. So now when they go to that Pinterest board or that listing, it's probably gone. You get the dog, maybe, or that's Amazon, sorry. It might not be there. So there's a lot of good. Can I stop you a minute and just talk a little bit about the taxes? We had a few.
Go back a little bit, sure.
Okay, people had a few comments about, will they remove that part from your listing because you put in your collect sales tax? We don't really know, but I think it's a good thing to maybe leave it there. I don't know how eBay knows, I guess on the back end, what I'm charging in California. They have to know what you're charging. They'll figure all that out. So just kind of relax and wait and see what happens if that leaves your listing page with the taxes. I'm just so glad that they're going to take care of it. This is what I've been waiting for years, that they would just deal with it. Okay, someone says the problem I have with good till cancel is for those who have a limited number of listings free each month. If all 250 listings are good till cancel and nothing sells, you have to go in and end listings and list new. Because I
don't understand, Marianne, because I don't understand, because you're going to be listing them new anyway. Do you understand that? Like,
Say
you list 250 items and 0 of them sell, and you had 30 days, you're going to relist those 250 items again.
Maybe what the concern is to stop it before, because I'm going to take down 10 listings because I have 10 new things. So they would just have to keep an eye on the calendar to know I better end this listing now before eBay automatically relists it.
But then I have to pay for the listings. No, huh? Okay. So January 1st, you list an item. It doesn't sell by the 31st. It relists on February 1. How do you pay for those items if you only have 250 items?
See, not if you want.
And if you're having all these listings that don't sell, then you should really focus on why you have 250 items that aren't selling.
Yeah, good point. That's what Linda said too. So
Okay,
I guess,
all right. So it's the months with 31 days I think you're having a problem with. But don't forget, we have months that are less than 30 days too. So at the end of the year, it will all work out. Okay. Look, we all do good till cancel, and we're not getting like crazily charged. I think you're not thinking of it correctly. Because think about February. You list something on February 1st, it's not going to relist till March. So now you're already into March. And so when that 30 days hits again, you're already out of March. Do you see? So because of some months are shorter than 30 days or at 30 days, by the end of the year, it all works out just fine. Because you're going to go from one month to the next before it even relists.
and one positive spin to put on it is it might encourage people to run offers, run sales. If I only have 250 listings for free and I am full, I might work harder to move some of those items. So I won't run out. You know, I'll have space to add more listings.
And Jenny says if you have all your 250 listed and you want to list a new one, you'll have to pay. Well, yeah, you'd have to pay no matter what. But that's the other thing I think people hold themselves back. Okay, you got 250 listings. You've listed 250 items, and you got 50 more that are worth money. What are you waiting for? What's the listing fee? 10 cents?
Yeah, that was always my point.
I see that all the time, and it blows my mind. What? Like, here's a great example. This CD will will sell for $50. I have 1,000 listings. If I've already done my 1,000 listings for the month, I wouldn't pay 10 cents to get this up and flip it quickly for $50. Of course I would. So don't let that hold you back. That's a crazy reason to be held back. But definitely keep your eyes on your items. You know, if they're not selling like my 3 from 2016, then you got to get rid of those items.
Okay, Nevermore Antique says it's 25 cents for a listing.
Well, it depends on the level of your store.
For 250 store, yeah. And that's the other thing. I remember I took
a quarter.
Yeah. And it does add up when people, I'm just not a numbers person. I don't pay attention. I had a basic store when I hardly had anything in my store to begin. You know, I didn't have a lot of listings. So I just list. If it's not listed, it can't sell.
Exactly. And if you're stopping listing for a quarter or a dime, that is really silly.
Yeah.
Or maybe you should be in the next store.
Right. I finally took the
plunge. Next store comes more shipping supplies every quarter too. You know, so think about that. You know, there are angles that you should be working.
Now, someone said it seems like Good Till Cancel is getting confused with 30-day listings. Is it the same thing?
No, there is no more 30-day listings. Those are over.
That's gone. That's why you got the red mark there. Yeah. And then, so I took the plunge and went to the premium store. I was scared to go from a basic to a premium, but I'm going to work harder because I have to pay for it every month. And I don't have to worry about my listings. You know, you get a whole bunch of coffee mugs or neckties or a set of encyclopedias and you want to list each volume independently like I do, and I'm making more money that way. It's worth it to me to have that premium store and not worry about getting, running out of listings.
So Nevermore says, I like the 30-day listing so I can adjust prices and check comps every time I relist. That's a lot of extra work. If you're checking every single listing, you should be listing more items. That is a lot of work. But that's why you run sales. That's why you do markdowns. So if you see but if you're looking at an item, say you listed today, and you're going to reevaluate it every 30 days, every item, you are not working smart or efficiently. You're not. That is way too much wasted time.
And what I like is this new option now to edit right there on the page, like you were showing earlier. Yep. That's kind of, to me, that's kind of a help with this situation. Just go in there and edit them that way instead of having to actually click on the listing like we've been doing. So it's kind of like they gave us a workaround for that.
All right, but here's the hack. Now, the hack's going to cost you some money, but I've always been a big proponent of using a third-party lister. The one I happen to enjoy is InkFrog. And for those of you who don't know, what's nice about InkFrog is I have every single listing and every single picture I've used saved in InkFrog. So being a thrifter, we all find some of the same stuff over and over and over. So if I've already listed this CD once and I find it again and it's in my InkFrog, I don't got to rewrite the listing. I just got to click list again. Now, if I did it 6 years ago, maybe a few things have changed with shipping and stuff. I'll adjust that. But the core of the listing, the title, the pictures, they're all there. So that's the joy of InkFrog. Keeps all your listings, all your pictures, and they figured out a hack. It's called the Good Till Cancel Watchdog, and you can set it up to end your listings if you really want to every 30 days, like we used to be able to do.
There you go. Nice.
I'm not going to use that because Good Till Cancel is only the way to go. It leaves you more time to list more items. And just to show you, here is the prices. Now, I've been on InkFrog for a long time, so I got grandfathered into a much lower level. But it is so nice. Every single time that people say eBay added best offer to my thing, I didn't want it, or they changed my price, or I went to list and it didn't work. I have never, ever had any of those issues using InkFrog. On days when people are having a hard time listing for whatever reason, there's some glitch in eBay. When I use InkFrog and I push that send button, it always goes through without fail. So that's been a cost I've paid every month for years and years and years, and has been so worth it. Plus, if you have an assistant, and by the way, I get no money from InkFrog. This is a free commercial for them.
Yes.
If you have an assistant or you're going to hire an assistant, they can work in InkFrog and not be directly into your eBay. And then they save all their listings in a folder. Then you can, because it's a website, you can check from anywhere in the world their work. If you need to adjust, you change the titles, the price, and then you click send, they all go to eBay. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it is. And they have reports in there too. There's a lot of information there.
So that is InkFrog, and that's what's cool about using InkFrog. They'll see things that need help, and they saw, all right, people want that 30 days, so they added it as one of their things. So if you've never tried InkFrog, you can try it free for 14 days. Like I said, I get no kickback, no love from them other than they get my money every month.
No affiliate for you from them.
Nope. All right. We're over the hump of the bad thing. Now we're on to the good thing. And here's what's blowing my mind. I see every group grabbing their pitchforks, talking about this is bullshit that we have to do Good Till Cancel. You're telling me how I got to run my business. And I see not one person throwing a party because they're giving us Terapeak for free. I am so shocked by that. eBay just gave us a wonderful present, and I see no one being like, yay! People, I think people love to be in misery and complain. I see no shouting from the rooftops, we got free Terapeak.
I wonder if they don't understand what it is. Years ago, I paid $200 a year for a Terapeak subscription. When it came time to renew it, they doubled it. At $400, I said, no thanks. So I haven't had it for years, but I'm shouting off the rooftop, this is awesome.
So for those you don't know, I'm going to show you what it is and how it is so amazing. What an amazing tool. eBay bought it, and when they bought it a few months back, I was pretty sure that they were going to incorporate it for us. And of course they did. So, oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so it's a party. But like I said, why people aren't talking about this is beyond me. People just want to complain. No one ever wants to say they're happy for some weird reason. I'm happy. This is an awesome tool. Okay, why is this so awesome? Terapeak keeps 365 days of sales research. So if something sold on March 8th, 2018, I can see that by using Terapeak. I cannot see that by going to eBay Completeds. eBay Completeds only gives you about 90 days, give or take. It is free for all store owners except for Starter Store, which is the little tiny one. And those of you who have a Starter Store who have no store at all, you can pay $20 a month to have it, or if you agree to sign up for the full year, you'd only pay $12 a month. And I think it's worth it at $12 a month. But I also think you should, if you're going to be a seller on eBay, you should at least be in not that little tiny store level, but the next level up. So Sherry says, how soon will we have access to Terapeak? I got it 4 days ago. I think you should have it by now. So if you go to if you go to Terapeak, you will find out. But let me show you. There's many ways to sort the data. So here is a Terapeak screen. So when I do the screenshot, I can see everything from March 5th, 2018 to March 5th, 2019. I can look at a week. I can look at 30 days. I can look at 90 days, or I could do a custom. I could do like by quarter or what? Well, that would be 90 days. Never mind. But you can still do a custom. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're not giving it to Canada, Craig. But Craig, you can always call me and I'll look it up for you, brother.
Oh, that's sad because Terapeak was in Canada. That's where they're from.
And maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay,
hopefully.
so this is the Shag Tonga Hut 60th anniversary Tiki mug that came out a few months back. Now, if I had one to sell today, I would hop over to Terapeak and say, okay, let me look. I typed it into Terapeak and it told me this. Of the last year, there were 17 sellers. Of those 17 sellers, 19 of this item were sold. The average selling price was $260.51. And the average shipping price was $19.90. And almost 50% of the sellers gave free shipping. So these are the kind of things that you can help base what you're going to do on. If you're seeing, like, say, 70% is offering free shipping, well, you probably shouldn't be in that 30%. You should figure it out. Also, if you're going to list it for $100, you're going to sell it quick, but you're also going to leave a lot of money on the table. So first I started by highest sold. So I see, Deb, that back in December, Christmas Eve, one sold for $320. On November 19th, one sold for $319. One sold for $305 on the 19th, and so on. But if I'm listing one today, Deb, I want to see what the prices are this month.
Right.
So I go to this month, or the last 30 days or so. February 26th, one sold for $205, and February 19th, one sold for $250. So the price definitely has dropped. When these limited edition mugs come out, the first to the table to get them listed usually sells them for the most money. And so it was only, I think, $80 new, or maybe even 100. You're still doubling your money and a little bit more, or tripling it, but it's not commanding the 300 like it used to be. Now, you can wait. History shows it was 300. It might come back up, but having Terapeak gives you all that data.
Yes. Okay, now people are asking, how do they find out if they have Terapeak?
Just go to terapeak.com, and I'm bleeding right now, so excuse me a second. And you'll log in with your eBay ID, and if you have the correct store level, you'll just be in Terapeak.
Okay, so it's not within Seller Hub. It's not within
Not
eBay.
yet. It might be, but again, this is all new stuff. You know, it's still coming.
Okay. Let's see.
But let me show you how it really works. Now, Debbie didn't know who this was earlier. All right, chat. Who is this gentleman? Who is this gentleman who could probably be my brother?
He looks mean, though.
Anyone know who this is? Let's see how smart our chat is. We got 200 people watching. Who knows who this is?
You told me, and I still can't remember his name.
And I don't even know how I'm bleeding. I just have to look down. I have blood all over my hand.
Uh-oh.
All right, come on. There's got to be someone in 200 who knows who this is.
And you talked about him the other day. Was that the Secret Beach?
Yep, Nevermore knew it. Jamie Johnson. Okay, so this is what Jamie looks like today. If you bumped into him right now, this is what Jamie looks like. He's got my beard and much better hair. However, when Jamie released his first CD, this is what he looks like. You would never think that is the same person.
Wow.
And the reason I'm showing you this because this CD is very long out of print. Before Jamie was signed to a major label, this was a self-released CD that he put out himself. And now that Jamie's a huge country star, he commands, the CD commands big money. And so if I found this CD thrifting today and I went to check eBay to see what it's selling for, here's what shows up, Deb. Nothing.
Oh, that's no help.
And Stace wants to know if I need her. Yeah, if you want to bring me a Band-Aid, hon, that'd be wonderful. Thank you. But because now I have Terapeak, Deb, I can see 365 days worth of inventory. And look at this. On July 7th, it sold for $200 at a fixed price buy now. And on November 4th, at auction with 3 bids, it sold for $224. So that by having Terapeak, you now know that at a minimum, this is a $200 CD, and you can go buy it now or auction. They both get to about the same price.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, someone said that you can find it in your subscriptions. And then my question is there an app so when I'm outsourcing, I can check Terapeak, or do I have to go?
So, you know, funny thing is, because I've had Terapeak forever, and I have the app, and I haven't looked at the app since it's automatically part of my eBay now. So I would assume it works the same way. But I haven't checked. And until you said that, Deb, I never even thought about checking that. So there is an app. I would assume eBay would continue on with the app, but of course, that would be totally up to them.
So otherwise, maybe we could just go to www.terapeak.com and log in and maybe access the information from that way, because this would be great information when you're outsourcing.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, good. Lori just tried it and signed in, and it works. Great. So even for those who have felt that, here, it gets me. I'll find it. I see it. Okay. Those who felt that the good till cancel thing is a bad thing for them, this should so counteract that you should be like dancing in the streets. This is free content they're giving us. This is amazeballs. And for those who don't have the basic store subscription, I think someone asked, is it $19.95 for basic if you go for a year? I think, but I'm not, you know, it's one of those things too. When people go, hey, how do you sign up? I signed up in 1997 when you could have a fake name and a fake email. So, you know, modern stuff, I don't really know that well. But I think it's around, maybe it's up to $24.95 now. Almost at $21.95. Okay, yeah, I remember the price went up. So that's an extra benefit. If you don't have one yet, you're going to maybe get, you don't have to worry about your free listings. You might get more free listings. You get Terapeak, and you get, at the basic, you get $25 a quarter in free eBay shipping supplies. Yeah. So there's, you know, this is becoming more and more and you know what's awesome about a store too is you can buy the domain name for your store and tell somebody just to go to www.thebookkiosk.com. Yep. That's what I do. I have a domain directed to my store. I mean, there's so many benefits to a store, but this makes it even better. Yep. So Kathy says, is it scannable? I'm not sure what she means by that. Is Terapeak scannable? Craig Dawson, he's got Terapeak? Mm-hmm. Oh, you did find it, Craig. Good. Is it scannable? What does scannable mean? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe does it have the barcode scanner so you can scan the UPC codes? Like I mean, you could have any, you know, USB barcode scanner where you type just scan. Well, I think he means when you're out in the thrift stores, like we can scan with eBay, we can scan with Amazon. I don't know. Because funny, I haven't used that app in forever. I use WorthPoint way more in the field than I ever did Terapeak. I wish I got affiliate marketing money for everybody signing up for an eBay store. Yeah. Heather says, I'm advertising stores. They're just the best value. No kidding. I've had my store forever. And even when I hardly had anything in it, I kept that subscription every month because I knew the benefit of it. Yep. All right. So that is the seller update in a nutshell. It's not that bad. You can work around it. I suggest all of you who would never use Good Till Cancel, give it a whirl, see what you think. But man, enjoy Terapeak. Now, don't fall down the rabbit hole. You go down the YouTube rabbit hole. You start watching one cute kitty video, then you watch two. Next thing you know, it's been 37 hours. You haven't pooped in 2 days, and you're watching all these cute cat videos. Same thing can happen when you're doing research. It's called analysis paralysis. People get it anyway. Now that you got 365 days, you could really go down that rabbit hole. Now, it does look a little different, Deb, than it used to, but it used to give us data like, okay, if I'm selling this box of Kleenex, it would tell you, hey, they sell the most on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if they still have that data, but that's what they used to show you. So if you were selling more commodity items, it would give you insight on when it's the hottest seller, you know, and there's no rhyme or reason why Kleenex sells the best at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. But if that's when it sells the best, I'm going to make sure my listings are up. Maybe I'll throw a quick sale on, you know. So it gives you a lot of data. So just don't fall down the rabbit hole. Remember when we used to be able to check information on competitors? We could bring up a user ID and they would tell us what they sold in the last month. But that, I heard that went away. Let's see if there were any. Somebody asked if there's Terapeak for iPhone. We don't know. We don't know what they're doing with the app. Let me just open the app and see what happens. Is it not on my phone anymore? Oh, I had another thought too. There it is. And, you know, forgive me if this sounds wrong or whatever, but a lot of times, like with the Good Till Cancel ending it, we're taught from other sellers' YouTube videos to do things a certain way, so we do it. But then when something like this comes out, we're afraid to change. But this could be a very good thing for a lot of people who are afraid of Good Till Cancel because they've been doing it a certain way. And, you know, 10-day listings. If you have a listing for 10 days and you relist it, that's 3 charges in 1 month, right? Yep. So a lot of this, for people who are afraid of it or uncomfortable with it, it might be because of a way you've been taught by other people to do something. And when you step out and you try this, you might be like, wow, I really like this. This is saving me time. I've had listings disappear because I did the 30-day or whatever. Oh yeah.
And then you have to go back in. How much time does it take to relist an item, or you think it's listed and it's not, and it can't sell? So hopefully it'll be a good experience for everyone.
So Lori says, can you tell us about the Chicago store yet? Yes, I can. I won't do it tonight because I definitely want this to be a standalone, because we're not even gonna get to the segments I see. This will just be a good hour of the eBay seller update and the eBay open update. But what I will do is I will tell it next week. So that'll be my Thrifty encounter, even though it had nothing to do with thrifting. But it involved police and court and all kinds of stuff. But not because of me.
Right.
So I will tell you that. So tune in next week. But let's talk about eBay Open. And they've never announced eBay Open this early ever. This is crazy.
I know. I wasn't prepared.
So people can really, really plan ahead. So for those who've never been to eBay Open, it's an amazing event that brings sellers together from all over the world for 3 days of fun in Las Vegas. Except for when you hang with us, it expands to 7 days of fun.
We never had a down moment last year. I mean, last year I made it to the hotel to sleep and start over the next day, and it was like, go. But it was amazingly fun.
All right, so here it is, July 23rd through 25th. That's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 3 days to focus on your business. Early bird ends April 11th. We'll talk about that again in a second. Cutting edge content, knowledge is power, learn from the best. So there's general sessions where we go to a big ass meeting room. I'm going to show you pictures in a minute where all the execs talk, and we get to see cool stuff. There's workshops in smaller rooms led by people teaching you specifics about shipping and taking pictures. And there'll be levels. Like if you're new, you want to go to this picture one. If you've been doing it for 10 years, you want to go to this picture one. Excuse me. Pop-up theater is when they do different live shows through the eBay network. Here's the agenda. Tuesday, registration opens, the expo's open, and the welcome reception. So Tuesday is kind of like when Apple does their, unveils. This is kind of like our version of Apple unveils. Devin Wenig, the CEO, will be there telling us everything that's coming up, going on, what's happening in this event. Then Wednesday, they serve you breakfast. And the welcome reception will have some food and some drink. Wednesday, they'll serve you breakfast. Then the expo is open. Workshops and general sessions all day long. Same thing on Thursday, but Thursday night is a big ass party, which we'll pick in a second. Now, I will say this: up until last year, it was a first-rate A+ event. I would tell everyone to go. Last year, they cut corners for whatever reason, and that disappointed a lot of people. So I hope eBay has heard from us, and not that they need to make it a we're eating caviar and having people fan us and hand feed us grapes at the pool.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But they really went from up here to down here in 1 year.
Yeah, that last night we had bowls of pretzels on the table.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, I was running from speaking at one event to speaking at another event, and I popped the afternoon dessert in my mouth. And I didn't know what it was, and I ate it. I'm like, that was the most magical thing I've ever eaten. And I had to go back as I was coming back. I'm like, what were those things? Oh, deep fried Oreos. And this last year, they had bowls of pretzels.
Yeah.
So it's still a great event, and I hope they will kick it back up a little bit because it really detracted. Basically, once you set the bar this high, if you tune in a Thrifty business and we do, 4 scores every week and 2 duds, and we did 1 score and no duds, it's not the same show. I'm not giving you the full presentation. And you should, if you're going to set the bar, stay at the bar or go better, but at least stay.
But I will say, anybody who's thinking maybe I won't go this year because the price is more, you don't want to not go and hear it was the most epic party ever.
Yep.
And I wanted to read, Tina said when she went by herself, she didn't know anybody, but the thrifting board, the Secret Beach people, we all hung out together. We made her feel welcome. She can't wait to see everybody. Lindy Glenn calls it summer camp for resellers. It is so much fun just to meet people face to face, and you hear things, tips and things that you didn't know. And you don't know to go up and ask somebody about something, but people start talking about something and you say, tell me more. And so that's how we learn.
All right. And so here's the deal. Pay attention to this blinking arrow. Are you ready? There you go. You got to sign up April 11th because at April 12th, it goes from $350 to $499. So if you're thinking about coming, do not spend another $150.
And it will probably sell out. Usually what happens is it sells out a couple days or maybe a week before the event. But I think what they're doing is condensing it down. Let's get our sellers, everybody signed up. Let's get the money. Let's be done with registration. And then they'll, everybody that's going will know ahead of time I'm going. So don't wait. Speaking to myself.
Still worth it. And like I said, I'm about to show you the extras that we have to really run out the week and make it the most fun week. It is summer camp for us. It is awesome. But here's the one thing I would recommend when you sign up. Which of the following topics are you most interested in learning about? Check off whatever you want to learn about. But every single one of us should check off seller protections, because I do feel they need to step up their game on seller protections.
Yes, I agree.
It's cool from the big stage. They'll show us all the new technology and the apps and stuff, so we get to see it firsthand. So that's pretty sweet. Who should attend? Sellers who want to power their success, sellers who want to hear it first, and sellers who want to connect with like-minded people. Even when it was a little lower rent last year, we all still had a blast being together.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And you can't put a price on that. We all work by ourselves for the most part, and our coworkers, our colleagues, our friends, we talk to them online. We see them in stuff like this, but finally to get together, to break bread, to have cocktails, to go jump in the pool together, that is just, it's worth every penny.
And we met Craig Dawson and Rick from Canada.
Yep. All right. So every year we start the week with our crew at at the Double Down, same owner as Frankie's. The Double Down is one of the best dive bars in the entire country. And that whole sign says, shut up and drink. And it is the ass juice party, because ass juice is their main drink. So those that roll in by Sunday night, we start here at the Double Down for ass juice. So if you want to roll in on Sunday, this is where we will be. One of the great things about going to eBay Open, everyone who has attended the last 2 or 3 years has gotten the concierge service. So if you don't have it and you attend, having concierge is amazing, because you get to dial into direct customer service help that's based in North America. And man, do they know how to take care of you.
You got to click your mom's comment that ass juice is wonderful. Okay, you got it.
Yes, ass juice is yummy. And here's one of the bigger sessions. And this is all of us hanging out. As you can see, Linda's not paying any attention. She's texting. Debbie's paying attention to me. Anne's laughing.
Where's Frank and Anne? Oh my gosh. It's like coming together. It's like a big
pictures of me on the big screen there. I am.
It's like a big family reunion.
And the cool thing, this is really taken off big time last year, is everyone makes pins to hand out. eBay started doing it, and then I made thrifting board pins. I made Secret Beach pins. My mom made her Ohio meetup pins. So if you're into collecting pins and swapping pins, find the people who are giving them out. I will have fresh pins this year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we pinned them on our lanyards, so you heard us coming. All
right, so Tuesday night, we always take over Frankie Tiki room and have a big old Hawaiian shirt and moo party. And last year, I was shocked, but 2 other guys were brave enough, like me, to wear a moo. So that's Michael and Eric. And man, we pack it tight every year.
Bill needs I gotta get Bill a moo.
Yeah, we have a blast. So
look at those legs.
We do that on Tuesday night. Now we also do a yearly T-shirt. So this was 3 years ago. This is our group. Then this was our big group 2 years ago, and this is the shirt I'm wearing right now. And then this was our big ass group last year in front of the balloon pit. So we do a day where we're all let the world know we're part of the thrifting board. And man, you really then can, especially those of you like Tina who came by herself, you really connect with everybody, especially when you can see everybody. You start to learn those you are on Sunday. You start to learn your friends at the Double Down. Then you really learn them at Frankie's. And then we all wear matching shirts. You're like, that's my people. Woo!
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Please don't be shy. I started eBay Radio Party in 2009. I didn't know anybody. And I was pretty shy. I didn't want to go to the meet and greet. But through all these years, oh, man, I've met Griff and Jason. And you meet so many people, they become family. So just come. Even if you're shy, we'll take care of you.
And this is the best thing. So every year they run out the Brooklyn Bowl. The Brooklyn Bowl is one of the coolest concert venues in the world. It started in Brooklyn, hence the name Brooklyn Bowl. There's one here in Vegas. There's one in London. It is like 40 bowling alleys and a restaurant and bars and a concert stage. And so 2 years ago, I'll get to that in a second. But when we get there, there's open bar, there's open food, and there's bowling. And I never pay attention to this picture, Debbie. This is you bowling.
Oh my God.
And the screen was about to say hello, and it was always spelling out hell. So Debbie is bowling into hell. I never noticed that till today.
And I got my do-rag hanging out my back pocket.
Yes. So so we have the whole venue to ourselves. It is awesome. There's my mom and dad at the venue last year.
Yes.
And so 2 years ago, and this is where eBay went a little too low rent on some of the things. 2 years ago, they had a national act, The Fray, play a concert for us.
Great.
A year ago, they had Bare Naked Ladies, and they're amazing. And they actually created a song about us eBay sellers.
Yes, they did.
Awesome. And then last year, they had a cover band. And although they were a good cover band, it wasn't the same as having a big national act. So I do hope that they find a cool national act. But they don't. It is still a fun party.
Okay, I have to stop you a minute. Ginny says we should do a contest where the winner gets to shave Jason's legs before appearing in a muumuu.
The winner shaves my legs? That doesn't sound like much of a prize.
Yeah, the winner gets to shave your leg before you put that muumuu on.
Doesn't sound like much of a prize. I don't think so.
Okay, we'll have Stacy do it for us.
And then I throw what I have dubbed the thrift class on steroids, where we take over this whole giant thrift store that also has bins in it. So we do classroom time, we do thrifting time, we do some bin time, and I have 10 instructors. So usually when I teach classes around the country, it's me or me and a helper, 10 instructors. And after the classroom time, the 10 instructors fan out through the whole store, and we all kind of work in the corners where our specialties are. So I'll be camped out in the media section. Debbie will be in the book section. And then as the class, you can work your way around the store and talk to the different instructors in their different specialties. So that's a lot of fun too. And here is the classroom setting. And here's my mom and dad teaching about buying and selling giant things. Yes. And there's the rest of the instructors up at the front there. And then we also, and those of you in the Secret Beach, we have the Secret Beach Bash, where we take over a bar and we have a full luau with a couple pigs roasted. And we do have vegetarian options too. And we gamble, we drink, we dine, we have fun. And even Rake and Profit showed up. Yeah. And we have the best band in all of Vegas, Franks and Deans. As their tagline is, we mess up your grandparents' music. So they play Rat Pack songs, Frank, Dean, Sammy, but punk rock versions of them. And that's my new girl, Nicole. She is the dancer and the hula hooper. And they are a ton of fun. If you've been to this party and you're in the chat, let everyone know how amazing Franks and Deans are. They're an incredible band that we have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, they're awesome. I even got to see them for my 60th birthday party. Jason and Stacy put on a Memorial Day bash, and they had them in their backyard.
Yep.
It was awesome.
And it's a little secret, but they're putting out a surf album. So they're putting out actual Tiki music. So that we're going to have some new music this year, too.
Oh, you guys got to come just for that. And I want to say, too.
So if you're in the Secret Beach, you're part of that.
You might, when you take the thrifting class, you might earn it, be able to thrift enough money to pay for your trip. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's an awesome time.
Open in a nutshell. There's a ton of parties now. The Thrifting Board has a special group just for eBay Open. We just never got around to using it last year, but since eBay Open is announced so early this year, I'm going to jazz it up, change it into eBay Open. Thrifting Board goes to eBay Open 2019, and that way we'll have all the list of parties and events. Do you need a roommate? Do you need someone to drive with you from LA? We'll get all that stuff going to make it easy. And for those of you who want to plan to come to the Ass Juice party, to come to the Frankie's party, those of you in the Secret Beach who want to go to the Secret Beach Fest, those of you who want to take the thrift class on steroids, I will get all that scheduled this weekend so you can make your flight arrangements.
Yes, in the chat, several people asked, we have heard rumors that eBay is going to do a regional events across the country. You confirmed that, right, Jason? You heard that too?
They're going to be doing some smaller events besides the big one. I recommend hitting both of those, but definitely come to eBay Open because, we all come and gather in the desert and have fun in the pool, and it'll be a lot of fun. Now, as you can see, we're at the top of the hour, so this show just ended up being just the information that you needed. So we had the show set up. We will just do that next week. But before you tune out, I want to show you some upcoming stuff that you do not want to miss. Real quick, Deb, tell us about where you were yesterday.
Once a quarter, eBay has an event where they have new employees. They go through a couple days of classes, and then the last night, they bring a panel of us. There's about 15 of us because our meetup group is in eBay, and we're in San Jose. So we're on the panel, and we talk a little bit about ourselves. They give us an opportunity to talk about some pain points. What are things you would like to see changed? And then we sit down, one of us per table, with a group of employees. So they could be engineers, legal, payments, all different branches. And they ask us questions and we answer them. And it's just the best time ever. So that's what I did last night. Trader Dawn was there, and then there's Trader Dawn. So it's just really fun. And they tell us that these employees every quarter say it's the highlight of their whole training, probably because it's more fun. But yeah, I'm just always really honored to be a part of it, because I'm just a small seller, but we have sellers on that panel that are $1 million sellers too.
So basically, Debbie represents us to the new employees. So thank you, Debbie, very much for your service.
Yeah, and now I'm keeping notes too, because we'll have another one coming up of what people say. I wish they do this or that. So yeah, it's a great time. And Brian Burke is the MC, and Brian is our seller liaison. So it's a great.
All right, and then just a couple housekeeping notes before we get out of here. Those in Secret Beach, your scavenger hunt starts tomorrow. So all the details will be posted first thing in the morning. There will be prizes, so be ready for your scavenger hunt. If you're in the Ohio area, my mom's meetup is this Saturday, March 9th, 1 p.m. at Tiki Underground in Hudson, Ohio. My mom is so awesome. She has her monthly eBay meetup at a tiki bar. Yay, Mom. And this month, Chris Brown is the guest, and he's going to be talking all about flipping blow mold. So if you've not joined my mom's meetup group, message me, message my mom. Just look for the Ohio area eBay sellers meetup group on Facebook and hop in and join them. This Sunday, my mom and I show will be on at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We're going to be going into more details how to use your active listings page in the Seller Hub to sort, to change prices, to use the new stuff. So I'll be doing live demonstrations. So if you've never tuned in to Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being Thrifty over 50, it will be a continuation of tonight's show. So tune in on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And those in Secret Beach, your next webinar is this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Western. We're talking all about keywords. You've been posting your items. We're gonna make sure you have all the basic keywords, because a listing without keywords is like a house without a key. It looks fine, but it's much better when you can get in the house. And next week, who's our guest, Deb? Because I can't pronounce the last name. I'm gonna make you.
I'm not even gonna try. Dave.
It's my boy Dave Kosciuszko. Dave was bankrupt and then fell into selling iPhones and other smartphones on eBay. And the last couple years, he has sold $2 million worth of phones. And Dave is the real deal. So tune in next Thursday for Thrifty Business.
Yes. I have to ask a question that was in chat. Is it wrong to drink coffee from a tiki mug?
Absolutely. Hey, Mom, go play HQ. You better get them all right. Go, Mom. Go now. Show's over.
And I wanted to tell people, make sure you read through the chat, because there were a lot of good information tonight, answering questions, and a lot of good tips in there about what we were discussing tonight. So make sure when you watch the show, it is recorded. Someone asked about that. There is going to be a replay right away after this, and then read the chat to get some more tips. And make sure you sign up for eBay Radio Party. eBay Open. Don't wait. Don't wait. You can get your airfare and your hotel later. But if it sells out, there's no going back. Griff says every year people call him and beg him to get them tickets in. And once it's sold, there are no more tickets.
Yeah, my friend has a Tiki event I'm speaking at, and it's sold out, and people are mad at him that it's sold out.
Yeah.
Like, why not get tickets? All right, give us a thumbs up down below. Subscribe. Yeah. And this is a great episode to share with anybody that you know that sells on eBay, because if you've followed me for any amount of time, I tell it like it is. I don't come with conspiracy theories and other crap, just kind of the facts and how it's going to work. So I do believe that we put on a wonderful show tonight of good content that anyone would be able to understand the new changes and to get ready for eBay Open. So
and if anybody's at ASD coming up in Vegas, I'll be there.
I'm speaking at ASD in 2 weeks, so I'll tell you about the date later.
Yeah.
I got to do my speech this week. So yeah, if you come to ASD, come see me, but I'll let you know the date. But tune in next week. We'll find out about how to make $2 million in phones. And since Debbie and I had our things all scheduled, we've got nothing to do next week. It's ready to roll. Yeah.
And I'll be in Vegas so I can party more.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. We'll see you Sunday on Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being Thrifty over 50. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.